In the last 6 months, I have spoken with many professionals and I have asked them how they landed their current job. You will be shocked to know by their answers. Most of them said it's LinkedIn, but the interesting part is they didn't even apply for those positions. So what is creating a difference? On the other hand, there are so many professionals with the right skill, experience, and all the information. They still struggle to find the job. I believe the world is changing rapidly. The companies, they have stopped posting the jobs publicly on third-party platform. Though they upload on their own company portal, but still they can easily track the candidate whenever they need. So instead of posting the job, they can simply search it on the LinkedIn, and based on their skills, profile, talent and expertise, they can shortlist the candidate and directly approach them. If you don't trust me, have a look at the screenshot. It's been ages. I haven't even applied for the job opportunity yet. My DM is always full from the messages of HR managers, sometimes from the client and different companies. Of course, this is not only I receive the messages. They might send the messages to so many other professionals as well. So I realize even if you don't apply, HR managers are always on hunt and looking for the talented people worldwide. So I respect all of those opportunities. I respect them gracefully that I'm not available for the job. Though I realize why not to help all those people, young professionals especially, who are looking for the job. So why not to share my experience, my knowledge to those who really need them. So in this video, I'm going to share my knowledge and experience that can help you to succeed with the help of LinkedIn. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Saady Chohan. I'm an IT expert and quantity surveyor currently working in Ireland. I have helped over thousands of quantity surveyors worldwide in the last decade, and this video is part of same initiative. Feel free to subscribe my channel so you don't miss the future insightful videos. LinkedIn is a powerful platform. It's not only a job hunting. I strongly believe that in this era, your network is your net worth. In the last 5 years, I have built over 35,000 professional connections, and all the tips, all the insight that I'm going to share you, it can also benefit you. There is no secret or magic. I'm just going to share all the simple, small things that you can also follow, and by following all of those small things and things to consider and things to ignore for the LinkedIn, it can help you to grab all the amazing opportunities. In this video, you will find several chapters that are listed in the description. So feel free to click on them and you can directly land on a specific topic. The first thing that we're going to talk about is make sure you have an updated profile picture and cover picture that represents you. If you don't have a picture, get an example from professionals around your circle and also the leader that you follow. So you can look at the profile and see what kind of profile picture have they uploaded. Make sure if you don't have, you can capture a professional photo and upload on a LinkedIn. And even there are so many AI applications that can help you to have a photo. Not many people are comfortable, but if you have it, that will add an impression on the hiring manager. Second is to write a summary about yourself. There is a section on LinkedIn called About. You can get the help of AI and you can write it, but it's all about your professional history, your academic background, your skills, your goal, and all the information in a form of a summary. So hiring manager, when they go through this summary, it can help them to understand what's your mindset, and it really reflects that. So do not ignore it and just write few lines. Take your time. There's so many sample available. You can also get the help from the professional. You can write accordingly. Third is to mention open to work at your profile. You don't really need to add in a text form, but there is a setting that you will find on LinkedIn. So on the other side, when HR is looking for the candidate, they will not offer the opportunity to everybody. Maybe they offer the opportunity to somebody who's not even available for the job. Maybe they recently got married, maybe they're traveling, they're taking career break, they are studying, they're not open to work. So they will not waste their time offering those opportunity to the people who are not open to work. So make sure you change your settings so whenever HR manager on the other side looking for a civil engineer, graduate or quantity surveyor, your profile automatically appear on the list. Fourth is current location. So if you know that you need to find a job, let's say in Ireland or Dubai, make sure you update your profile location accordingly. You don't need to lie. You can of course mention the exact location, but sometimes people just ignore that. They just mention from where they belong originally, but it's not about what's your nationality, it's about where exactly you are. Because when companies looking for some specific position and they need to hire some talented person, they prefer to hire somebody who's already in the same city. Fifth and most important thing is, I'll repeat, it's one of the most important thing, and do not ignore. It's about updating your title on the profile. So this is the section that help you to appear in the search of a hiring manager, or even if there is a client who's looking for freelancer. So whatever the title that you mention, it can help you not only to be selected, but also it can help the algorithm to show your profile on the top. If you are a civil engineer, mention on your profile you're a civil engineer. If you're a quantity surveyor, if you're a project manager, mention clearly. But it's not only mentioning the title, you need to mention the title wisely as well. What I really mean by that, imagine if you are a recent graduate, you just completed your degree, and on your profile you mention I'm a quantity surveyor. Companies see it in another way. They consider that if you mention quantity surveyor, it means you have some experience, that's why you claim that title. Same applies for a project manager, same apply for architect and other as well. So if you are a recent graduate, then you can maybe claim a title of graduate or a student or maybe assistant quantity surveyor or maybe a junior civil engineer. It's not like company see that you are a recent graduate and instead of a senior position, they offer you junior position. No, just because you did not mention a correct profile title, so companies see that you don't even know about yourself. Why would we offer you another position? So make sure you mention the right title. So if you mention junior quantity surveyor or a graduate civil engineer, so whenever on the other side they're looking for graduate civil engineer, your profile automatically appear on the top. So it's really important that you do not take this lightly and mention the correct title in your profile. Next is to feature the post on your LinkedIn. There is an option on LinkedIn where you can feature all the important posts. Maybe you have been visited the site, maybe you've been rewarded with something, you visited some events or something that is important that you really want hiring manager to see. See, you need to understand that if you will not talk about yourself, how would they know? It's not about show off, it's about representing yourself. You need to talk about yourself. That's the only way they're going to understand. So there is nothing wrong about it. If you have attended some conference, if you have some experience, you visited the site, but there is anything important that can really add a value, make sure you upload on LinkedIn and also just feature that on your profile. So it will always remain on the top. So whenever somebody visits your profile, they see, oh, this person have done that. Oh, this person know this thing. So it can have an impression on the hiring manager. Next, and I think it's very obvious, listing your experience. But many people, they make a mistake. They just mention they are working from 6 months as a quantity surveyor, and then they mention another experience. But what about all the roles and responsibility that you have done? What about the breakdown? What about the JD? If you've been visiting the site, if you're doing the measurement, if you're reviewing the drawing, or all those important things, whatever you know or you have been doing there, so make sure you mention them in a list format or maybe in a paragraph format. It's not only important for hiring manager, but it's important for algorithm as well. I'm sure you heard about ATS. I have even mentioned in my other video, resume. You can watch that video. It can help you to understand how ATS is important. Same principle apply here. If you do not mention all the keywords, all the important information, it will never rank. Algorithm will never rank your profile on the top. So it's important for LinkedIn algorithm to highlight your profile on the top. And it's also important for hiring manager, when they review their profile, they see that, okay, you have done this, okay, you're familiar with the software, you know these things to do. So make sure you mention all of this information properly. Another important thing, in the section of experience, you can try to add some photos. So whenever somebody is looking at the experience, they do not only see the experience, they also see the relevant photos. If you visit the site, if you did some work in a company, or maybe you have attended some meetings, of course you can remove some confidential information, but adding those important photos can really show the credibility. Right, and very obvious is mention your education, some certificate, diploma, whatever you have done, that upload properly on LinkedIn. This is very obvious, people done that. But what is one thing that people ignore is if they have little bit irrelevant from their domain. Maybe they're a civil engineer, but they have done some short diploma in project manager. I heard that some people avoid posting them on LinkedIn. There's nothing wrong. Everything that you have done, if there's a diploma, if it's a short certificate, it really add a value. It show you credibility that you are dedicated to something. You're continuously learning. So there is nothing wrong. Do not think in a manner that it's irrelevant. It's still relevant, and companies really appreciate that this person is continuously learning, is continuously getting some certificates, some diplomas. Like I have done 2 masters. One is in information technology and second is quantity surveying. Whenever I apply for quantity surveying job, it's not like I hide my masters which I have done in information technology. I keep it there. I proudly say that I've done 2 masters, one in IT, though IT and quantity surveying is far from each other. But it show my dedication. It show that I continuously prioritize my learning and I always explore the opportunity. Next is skills and achievement. There is a dedicated section on LinkedIn called skills. You need to list all the skills that you have, including some software, some skills. It could be the soft, it could be the technical skills. You need to list them all for two reasons. One is for hiring manager and second is for algorithm. So some people, they're confident, they think that they have all the experience, knowledge and skills, they don't really need to go through in this. That's not true. That's a misconception. And this is why many professionals, they struggle to find the job because they do not showcase. So when I said it's helpful for algorithm, so see, whenever hiring managers are looking for some talent, they have a premium LinkedIn version. So they mention that we need quantity survey. Then they have a separate option to list down all the skills. Only the skills. Let's say they mention we need quantity survey, but in a skill option they select somebody who know measurement rules, somebody who know PlanSwift, somebody who's good at AutoCAD. And as an example, so LinkedIn will only recommend those profiles that match with the skill set. So if you do not mention those skills, how would LinkedIn recommend your profile? I hope you understand that. So it's really important. It's not only the experience that you have a 10 years of experience and it's very obvious. No, it's not obvious. You need to mention that. It's helpful for algorithm, LinkedIn algorithm that can showcase your profile, and also it's helpful for HR managers as well. On top of all, you can request your colleagues to endorse your skills. By endorsing and having a more endorsement on each skills, LinkedIn will automatically prioritize all the candidates who have more endorsement on specific skills. You don't need to lie. You can request your clients, you can request your colleagues and maybe your line manager to endorse your skills because you are really working on that. It brings us to the next point, which is recommendation. On LinkedIn, there is option recommendation. Try to get the recommendation as many you have. Same principle applies. It's helpful for hiring manager and also for LinkedIn algorithm. So the more recommendation you have, it shows how credible it is. Try to get the authentic one. Some people make a mistake. Just because they need some recommendation, they try to get some fake recommendation. Trust me, HR managers or even I think anybody who is familiar with LinkedIn, it's easy to spot them. Let me give you the example. If you never work with somebody, if they are not working in the same company, this recommendation could be fake and it's easy to spot them. So do not get those recommendations. And even companies do not see it as authentic one. If you never work with somebody, if you never worked with somebody on the same project, that recommendation is not helpful. And do not waste your time asking strangers to give you the recommendation. It's not authentic. Let's say you never worked with somebody, you are a young professional, so ask your professor. You might have submitted some project and you did really well. Maybe you did some presentation and your professor liked it. It's true, and you can get the recommendation from them. The more recommendation you have, it shows how credible your profile is. And when you enter in industry, you work with your colleague, you work with your line manager, with other people, you can ask them to give you the recommendation. Build it slowly, but by the passage of time, you will have multiple in your LinkedIn profile. Next is publication and awards. So if you have ever been awarded, either it's a university or even if it's a sport or other activities, add them. It's really important and showcase your personality. Next is to customize your LinkedIn URL. By default, LinkedIn just keep it as a random. It hardly take 1 minute. You can update based on your name, and the same name, it looks more professional. Plus you can add that URL in your resume. So whenever somebody needs to search, they can just copy or click on that link and it will directly land on your profile. Next is to update your information, including your email and mobile number. Not many people are confident. Some people try to keep it confidential. Like, I don't want to keep it public. But if you really want HR manager, you are looking for the opportunity, no matter from where it comes, you are still a young professional. You don't mind if people have your number. So you can upload your email ID and mobile number and make sure it remain public, because if people do not add you or part of your LinkedIn connection, they will never able to see that. This is a by default settings. If you want to change it, so everybody, any HR, any project manager or some client, they should contact you directly. So make sure you can update your information and keep it public instead of private. Next is sending message on LinkedIn. Many people get confused. They think that they cannot send a message if they do not have a LinkedIn premium. This is not true. This is just a misconception. So on LinkedIn, you have two options. One is to follow people. If you just follow, you can just see their posts, their stories, but you cannot send them a message. There is another option. If you cannot say it directly, you can just click on a 3 dots and then you will find a connect option. When you click on a connect, you again get two options. One is to send a connect request without a message, and second is to send a message with the short message. So when you send them a request with a short message, you have a limit of 200. So make sure you try to introduce yourself if you are not familiar with that person. If this is the first time you're connecting with them and you don't want your request to be ignored, so try to add a short message. Hi, my name is Saady. I'm a quantity surveyor. I need to talk about this opportunity or that, so they will accept your request. This is one way. But anyways, when you're connected with them and they accept your request, then there's a possibility you can send them as many messages as long they don't block you. But yes, there is an option to send them a message once you are connected with them. The next point is building a connection. It's really important. LinkedIn is not only about job, it's about connection as well. And connections can help you to grab so many opportunities. So it's not like when you're connected with somebody, you keep sending them a message, can you help me to find a job? Here is my resume, here is the message, can you please reshare, can you connect with me? That's not how it's gonna work. It's very rare that somebody connect you with the opportunity, and even it's not the right approach. So instead of being ignored, why not to use this platform wisely? You can connect with the professional and ask their advice. Why not to ask them what is the common software that is being used in your company? And you spend few weeks and few months to learn that software, and you will automatically be hired, because if company is using that software, they will be looking for more people. Why not to ask them what is the current method your company prefer to hire people? Is there another platform? Is it a third party? Maybe there is an agency that hire people, or there is another insight. So get some feedback, ask some valuable questions. These questions, these insights and tips can eventually help you to grab all the amazing opportunities. This is why I always say it's not about jobs, it's about connection. When you build a strong connections, it can help you to grab all the amazing opportunity. So use this platform wisely. In this section, we will talk about what to ignore on LinkedIn. No matter how experienced or talented you are, if you do not use this platform wisely, if you connect with somebody but you do not send them a message properly, no matter how great opportunity you have, you will never get a chance to connect with that people, and also it will affect your reputation. Once you ruin your reputation, you will never able to build that again on LinkedIn. It's very hard. So there's some certain things that you should avoid on LinkedIn, and the first thing is stop asking people. If you do not know them, if you do not have a history or a background, do not ask them for their number, WhatsApp number or mobile number. Not many people are comfortable sharing their personal detail. So if you don't know them, this is your first time, if you never share the opportunity, maybe you have the opportunity, maybe you have a project, but firstly share the details. Maybe share the information why you want to talk. So avoid asking this question. Second and most important thing is do not waste your time by sending a message, hi, hello, how are you? Do you really want to know how they are? Or you have something important to discuss? Because not many people are active on LinkedIn. Imagine you send a message to somebody, hi, how are you? And they see this message after a week. And after a week they said, I am fine. Then it take another week to discuss another important thing. So why not to get to the point? I understand that greeting is important, but after the greeting you can straight away jump to the important thing. Instead of sending, hi, how are you? And then it takes 2-3 weeks to get to the point. So I noticed that frequently. My LinkedIn, sometimes people send a message, hi, how are you? Imagine I have a 37,000 people connected with me. Even if one person send a message per week, how many messages do I have? And even if I reply one message, it take me almost 2 to 3 weeks to again get back to the first message. So it happened to the same people. There are so many HR, they're connected with thousands of people. Asking this question that is not relevant, show your mindset. Is this really you want to know? So make sure you use this message section wisely. Next, an important thing is stop asking the silly questions. Otherwise you will get ignored or maybe get blocked, and you will never get a chance to discuss the great opportunity that you both have. Imagine you are an experienced person and I send you the message, hi, how are you? Or maybe, hi, where are you from? I know that it's already mentioned on your profile that you're from Dubai. Or maybe I ask you, hi, where are you currently working? It's clearly stated. LinkedIn is a platform where 90% of people, they mention where they are working, what they have studied, where currently they're living. So instead of asking those questions which is already available on their profile, maybe sometimes some people, they do not mention that, but make sure before you ask the question, because if this information is already visible on their profile, they will think that don't you even see that? It showcases that you are not serious. So make sure you use this platform wisely and do not ask the silly question that is already mentioned on the profile. Next is about sending a message and calling them by their correct name. There are two things. One, you might miss their name. It also give a idea that you have one template. Hi, my name is Ali. I'm looking for the job. I'm from Dubai. I have 5 years of experience. This is my degree. You never mention the name. It means you have one template. You simply copy and share it with everybody. You never wanted to share this message with the specific person. It gives an idea. So instead of doing that, make sure you just spend few seconds and type their name. It shows that you wanted to connect this message specific for that person. So make sure you always mention a name. Always. Second is never make a spelling mistake. It can ruin your reputation. If you call them by their wrong name, what kind of impression you could have? Like, name is the first thing that you see in the inbox. It's directly mentioned on the top. So if you do not mention their name correctly, it will ruin your impression. Next advice that I give to all young professionals, and personally I hate this, and I'm sure if it affect me, sure it affect other hiring managers or maybe other professionals as well. Do not send a long messages. LinkedIn is not a platform like an email. So people do not have a time to read a long essay, especially when they don't know you. So you send them like a history of your experience or your academic, etc. See, all of this information is mentioned on your profile. So if you don't know that person, do not send a long message. People don't even have a time. They might receive hundreds of messages. Do you really believe that they will read that message? There are high chances that they will ignore the message. So why to waste their time sending a long message and ruin the opportunity as well? Why not to just summarize your message in few lines? 2, 3 or maximum 5 lines are good enough. Summarize everything. My name is this, I'm from here, and I'm looking for this opportunity. If you come up with the opportunity, feel free to connect or please share it with me. This is enough. Any information if they want, it is mentioned on your profile. Highlight, that is really important. Avoid sending a long messages. It's not going to help. Next is avoid asking multiple questions. Let's say if you send a message to somebody, can you please share some template or can you please share some insight, etc. That person reply you with some information, with some bullet point, and instead of taking time to read and understand, you ask another question. It showcases that you do not value their time, and there are high chances they will ignore your message. So value the time and stop asking questions back to back. It will ruin your connection, and next time when you have really important to know, maybe you want to know some available opportunity, maybe you really want to ask some technical question, just because you did not value somebody's time previously, you will never get a chance to connect with them again. So make sure when you connect with industry leaders, you ask the questions and you value their time as well. Next point is very important, and I'm sharing it based on my experience. Whenever you see somebody from your industry, some leader, some experienced person, make sure you connect with them. It's not only sending them a message that you're looking for the opportunity, but it's remain in their network, in their connection. Make sure you connect with them through their post, maybe dropping the comments, or just building a strong connection. So what happened whenever the opportunity comes, just because you were always there, you were always close in your circle, so whenever the opportunity comes, they know that, oh, I know this person, he's always active in my LinkedIn, he's always active in my comment section. Why not to ask him? It happened a lot. Trust me, I shared so many opportunities with all those people who were connected. They didn't even ask me for the opportunity, but because I see their comments every day, I see them active every day on LinkedIn. Even they share the post on social media, they share their feedback, they remain active under the comment section, they read the stories and posts. So whenever the opportunity comes, it just connect. Okay, I know this quantity surveyor, project manager, maybe a student, I can give him a project or this and that. So make sure you remain in the circle and support the industry leaders. So when they have the opportunity, they will be able to support you as well. So that's all for this video. If you find this video useful, don't forget to comment and also share it on your LinkedIn so other people can also benefit from these insights and tips. So thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.